Last night, the Rules Committee met and reported out a rule for one measure, H.R. 27, the Halt Fentanyl Act, under a structured rule. The rule provides for 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee of Energy and Commerce or their respective designees, and provides one motion to recommit. As most members know, unfortunately, we all know somebody who's been affected by the drug overdose epidemic plaguing our country. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2023, there were more than 107,000 overdose deaths that occurred in the United States. These staggering numbers are due in large part to the increased presence of fentanyl and fentanyl analogs or fentanyl-related substances, which are approximately 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin. The lethal dose of fentanyl is just 2 milligrams, or about 4 grains of sand. A loophole that cartels use and have tried to use to traffic illicit fentanyl into our country is by changing just one component of fentanyl's chemical structure in order to create a fentanyl analog or a fentanyl-related substance. The cartels did this in an attempt to evade our criminal laws. Right now, fentanyl analogs are considered Schedule I substances, but only because of a series of temporary scheduling orders, which is now set to expire on March 31st, 2025. Along with my colleague, Mr. Latta from Ohio, we decided to introduce H.R. 27, the Halt Fentanyl Act. The bill aims to curb overdose deaths by permanently scheduling fentanyl analogs or fentanyl-related substances as Schedule I substances. This will strengthen law enforcement's ability to prosecute fentanyl traffickers and act as a deterrent. The Halt Fentanyl Act also promotes research by improving the registration process to eligible individuals so that they can conduct studies on Schedule I substances with appropriate safeguards. In the Energy and Commerce Committee, we have heard testimony that there may be as many as 4,800 individual analogs or related substances, fentanyl-related substances. Our experts at the NIH, the FDA, and others have studied roughly 30 to 40 of those 4,800 analogs or fentanyl-related substances. By encouraging research of Schedule I substances like fentanyl analogs, we can better understand how these substances work and how we can prevent potentially harmful impacts in the future, or even find a better use or a better opportunity than the current fentanyl that we use. Better fentanyl, because fentanyl has a proven medical use, it is considered a Schedule II narcotic, as the speaker knows, having practiced medicine for many years. But illicit derivatives of fentanyl, also called fentanyl analogs, currently have not demonstrated a medical value. Let me be clear, this bill will have no impact whatsoever on physicians' ability to administer fentanyl in medical settings. The HALT Act deals specifically with fentanyl analogs or fentanyl-related substances, not medicinal fentanyl. The Biden administration even released a statement when this bill passed through the House last Congress, stating that they supported permanent scheduling and streamlined research for fentanyl and fentanyl-related substances. We must address this bipartisan issue immediately and not allow this temporary extension to expire. Once fentanyl analogs are permanently scheduled in Schedule I, Congress will continue to build off this work to continue to address the illicit fentanyl crisis. According to a 2021 GAO report, there was a 90% decrease in these fentanyl analogs coming into our country the year they were first placed into Schedule I. This bill is a critical step in combating the opioid crisis in our country because China and Mexico are heavily involved in this business. China is sending the precursors of fentanyl and fentanyl analogs to the cartels in Mexico, who are then bringing it across our border. By making these analogs permanently Schedule I, it removes the incentive for the cartels to traffic these analogs or fentanyl-related substance drugs into our country. China even realized the risk of fentanyl analogs and permanently scheduled those analogs on their strictest schedule. Other countries have followed suit and done the same. Last Congress, this bill cleared through Energy and Commerce on a bipartisan basis and then passed on the House floor with 74 Democrats voting in favor. The bill has the support of many law enforcement agencies and other entities calling for the need to pass the bill as it is. We must act quickly to make the scheduling order permanent before it expires again at the end of March. Mr. Speaker, I reserve the remainder of my time.
Gentleman from